Welcome to Impact Zone with Dr. Rhonda Maddox, triple fellowship trained board certified psychiatrist who talks about how to find your impact zone and zone of influence. Thank you for joining us today. You won't be sorry. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Women's HERstory Month, and I am here for day one to just welcome you in and to get the vibe set. Now, whenever I think about Women's History Month, I think about some of our local icons, our regional, our national icons. I think about Maya Angelou. Of course, you think about Oprah Winfrey. You think about Bessie Coleman. You think about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, you think about some of the monumental greats, but I want to draw us into some of our local uncelebrated icons. And this might be the candy lady down the street that grew up giving you food when you did not have it. For me, my lady that I want to celebrate this month begins right in my own home with Bernice Taylor. Bernice Taylor was absolutely my God, really and literally. She was my God. She is a person who taught me how to love. She did not give birth to me, but she gave life to me. And I grew up with her giving me books, buying books my entire life, coming home from work, playing school with me, being exhausted, but still finding time to deposit and pour into me. And one of my earliest childhood memories of of her was when I was in the second grade. I brought my report card home, all A's and one B in reading by Mrs. Crane. And I fully anticipated that we were about to have a celebration party. Instead, I got into trouble, serious trouble about that B. And she let me know I was not a B student, I was an A student. And I frequently chuckle about that. In any event, that is my Women's History moment. But today is day one of when we are launching our 40 days through my journal. And let me just start by sharing with you what the journal actually looks like for those of you who have never seen it. So if you would, we're going to share. I'm going to share what my journal looks like. Tell me if you can see this. Take 5, Pathway to Peace, a 40-day journaling experience. It's a guided journal through anxiety with America's go-to psychiatrist. That's me. In any event, I just want to give you an idea of what you can expect in this journal. I'm going to scroll down to page 10 where you can see what the table of contents looks like. Now, this table of contents is a part of what took me so long to publish this. Let's see here. Can you see that? So you will notice that there is different pieces on here. There's the track your peace, count your blessings. There's a symptom tracker. There's a wellness check-in. So while we call this a 40-day journaling experience, this is more like a journaling experience on steroids. You get so much, much more. This is not just line paper, but it is an opportunity for us to set the expectations for what you want in your next 40 days. And many times people ask me, why is it a 40-day journaling experience? And when I hear that question, I think about the experience that one might have when they were journaling around the mountain. When you think of 40 days, there is something that happens where there's a wilderness experience, and then there's transformation that happens in the end. And when you get intentional about your peace, intentional about snatching your peace back from the enemies to your peace, whether that be job distress, whether that be family distress, whether that be internal conflict, the 40 days of committing to 5 minutes a day, at least, so that you can be prayerful, so that you can seek God's face and write down whatever it is that He says. But that's that. Now, I'm going to as well just show you a little bit on there. I understand that sometimes people like, why journal, why this, why that, and I want to just start with a little bit of what we're doing here. So why use this anxiety journal? And in part is because anxiety is a small word, but it means different things to different people. For some people, it means that you're constantly worried. For other people, it means you feel kind of heavy on your shoulders. It means that you have thoughts going really fast. But when you're using this journal, it gives you language to communicate with those around you what's going on. Because sometimes people mean they're having nightmares all the time or they can't shut their brain off. And this journal will give you words for that. And there is a part of the journal, it's called Symptom Tracker. And in the Symptom Tracker, and I don't think you can see this, but we have a checklist of physical symptoms that you can check. Is this happening to me? Because sometimes anxiety is can feel it's internal, it's mental, but other times it shows up in your physical body, and it can show up as nausea, as numbness, as panic attacks, out of body feeling, those kinds of things. And so we're giving you a language for what that actually is. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Next, what's in it for you? Is the journal is broken up into 5 different pieces. There's a Count Your Blessings calendar. There's a weekly symptom tracker where you're going through the physical symptoms. There's a wellness check-in, and this is what you use after something has happened, and you're trying to get to the root of what caused it. And then there's the lined paper for just your deep reflections. And that's just kind of what you think about when you normally think about a journal. And then there's a 5-minute journaling experience where you are being intentional about gratitude. And we want to make sure that you have that opportunity as well. Now, I have this question for you, and it is, will you commit to take the Take 5 challenge? And this is each day you're investing 5 minutes in you for 40 days. And you, in the 5 minutes, you may use that to begin with prayer, and then write down what you are hearing in your spirit. You may use it to write down your prayer. You may use it to jot down the things that are weighing you down. Whatever it is, you are taking you're taking the Take 5 challenge, and you're spending at least 5 minutes of stillness to where you are committing to um, expressing gratitude. You are committing to sitting still and in prayer. You're committing to sitting still and hearing what God says to you after the prayer. You are committing to getting the thoughts that are jumbled in your mind onto paper. And that's where the healing journey begins. That's it. So I ask you this question. Will you commit to the Take 5 challenge, and each day invest 5 minutes in you for 40 days, and then be still and see the salvation of God? Drop your name in the chat. Let me know if you're taking 5, if you're committing to the Take 5 challenge. Of course, if you want to participate in this, you can go to Amazon.com and type in Dr. Rhonda Maddox, Take 5 Pathway to Peace, or you can go to my page to buy the book if you want an autographed copy, and go to drrhondamaddox.org, drrhondamattox.org, and then you can click on shop and then click on the book, right in where you want what you want in your autographed copy. Type in the number of books that you want, and pow, boom, bam, I'll send it to you just like that. Let me end the way I began by celebrating Women's History Month, Women's HERstory Month, and encouraging you to remember the local icons amongst you and to call them and thank them. All right. It has been my pleasure. Thank you.